It rained in the early evening, but then it stopped just before sunset. And I was looking out the window and I was thinking, with the lights and the rain and the reflections, it looked really good in photography terms. So I grabbed my camera and grabbed my bike and went back out on the street. Lamont looks at me and says, "Where are you going, Dad?" I said, "Going out to shoot some cops." He said, "Don't say that. Don't say that." Bill Blair came on TV. He was referring to a set of people as the curious and naive. I think he was trying to refer to people like me. Now, personally, I consider myself more like someone who lives down here, who has nothing to do but wander around and look at all this nonsense. Like this thing here, for instance. I mean, I'm sure this is going to get tons of positive response from downtown Toronto. Gee, we get a chance to invade a city. Where do I sign up? So check this one out. You go down to the end of this block here, and they tell you have to turn around and go back. So you go back, and you get like 3/4 of the way down the block, and they tell you can't go any further this way, you have to go back. So you go back the other way, and you say, well, the guy told me I had to go this way. And they go, if you want respect, you should try and make sense, Constantly updating their tactics, the police decided to put together their own version of the drum circle people. So this guy's a real danger to society, eh? I mean, he could possibly use his wheelchair to ram the fence. These are the bicycle cops. Contrary to the general image that most people have of police, being sit behind a steering wheel and eat donuts and drink coffee kind of person, these guys are actually in real good shape. Yeah, they could catch you, So where are all the demonstrators? Where are all the demonstrators? Well, probably they've filed off to somewhere or another that they found that they can get something to drink. And what we have out here now is a bunch of cops sitting around in anticipation of them getting kicked out of the bars at the end of the night and having nothing to do and nowhere to go because there's no public transit. All that's left is the regular citizens sitting around with their cameras, and I think that's actually getting the police more pissed off than if we were actually demonstrating. Have you heard of anything happening at the meetings? I mean, I try to watch TV when I go home to smoke, and they seem to have some kind of agreement to put together a rough draft for an agenda that could possibly be agreed to by. And it's nothing. They've come up with nothing. Nothing that would be worth all this trouble, anyway. Does anybody around here actually know what's going on? I know these guys are telling everybody what to do, but do they know what's going on? Well, these guys are off somewhere. Why don't you go to the 905 area or some part of town that actually voted for Stephen Harper? Go protect them for a change. Now, these guys, they're just sitting around waiting because they know that those anarchists are out there somewhere and they're getting drunk and disorderly. This is Union Station at 10:30 on Saturday night. It's completely empty. Here's an example of the damage. Now, if they had just used bicycle cops, well, for starters, who's going to light a bicycle on fire? But also, the amount of money they could have saved would have easily paid for any broken glass that would have happened. If you check the media, this is the worst crime that happened all weekend. It's the Starbucks across the street from CP24 and Channel 9. Somehow, amidst all this confusion, the jazz festival still managed to continue. In fact, they had Herbie Hancock performing outdoors at City Hall. With the sound of the City Hall clock gonging away, I have to worry about my bicycle turning into a pumpkin. No, actually, though, it's pretty serious out here, and they seem to dislike people with cameras as much as they dislike the anarchists. And they're getting ready for something to go on when the people get out of the bars. So I should go home or go to jail. No, I don't want to do that.